Okay, this is my testing 1 2. Am I able to be heard? Oh my god, I can't even hear. There we go. I tricked you. I'm here. No, I don't know why I said that. I'm not tricking nobody. Alright, let's start it. Okay, so which one's Nick? You'll never guess. I'm a sneaky little boy, that's for sure. Cool testing, yeah. I am known for my wacky testing ways. That is true. Hi, it's me again. I'm back from last week. Remember when I streamed then? Good times. Hey Charlie. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you as always. Yeah, so today doing something a little bit different than I usually do. We're gonna do a tier list, but not just any tier list. It's a horror franchise tier list, not a horror movie tier list. It's a horror franchise. I'll be ranking the franchises. I don't know which way my hair goes today. I'm sorry. I change it up all the time. Sometimes it goes left, it goes right. Sometimes it even goes back. Because I'm a piece of shit. I like different. That's why I'm here. Well, hey, good. I'm glad I have been able to shake it up for you a little bit and keep things interesting. But yeah, cool. We're gonna do that. Before I get started in that, I suppose I should just I guess throw it out there because it needs to be said. It needs to start being hammered on. I'm going to be launching my second channel next week. It's finally happening. It's been months since I first said anything about it. Oh my god, my arms get cut off like a ton. If I do this and then I do this, doesn't probably help all that much, but hey, they get more room. Anyway, if you didn't know, I am launching a second channel solely for streams. So this, that is kind of loud. So this is probably going to be the last stream on this channel in particular. If you want to keep watching streams, if you enjoy the streams, check the link in the description right now. There is a link to that second channel, and you can subscribe to it right now. Right now, if you really want to continue watching streams. Because yeah, that's where they're gonna be. I'm not gonna say never. Maybe like I'll probably keep this stream up on this channel just because it's like horror movie related. And I feel like, you know, why not? It's horror movie related, and this is my horror movie channel. That's the point of the second channel. This is horror movie related content from here on out. The other channel's gonna be the streaming, gaming, fun stuff like this. No, I'm not subbing. Well, then you're not gonna get any more streams, James. So, who's the real loser there? Just subbed. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, wonderful. I don't know if this is doing anything. This is supposed to do something. It's not working. Why is it not? Hold on. What if I do this? No, still nothing. What about this? Does anything work? Okay. That works. Where's my damn confetti cannon? I put all the time into making a goddamn confetti cannon, and it doesn't even work. This is some horse shit. What the there we go. Okay. Charlie subbed. Woo! Confetti everywhere. Anyway. He is a simp. He's my simp, though, so I like it. I'm always a simp, so I get people to like me. Same! Kinda have to these days. Don't worry about performance issues. My cannon doesn't always go off in big moments either. This is the first time that's ever happened to me, so I promise. I swear to God. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to the horror movie franchise tier list, but first I have a little something, something here that I would like to do an unboxing for. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, if you're watching this in the future, there's timestamps or whatever to take it right to the tier list if that's all you're here for. What's in the box? I actually just watched the movie Seven again, like last week. I just watched Seven, which is a fantastic. I don't know why I don't watch that. It's probably like the second or third time I've ever seen Seven, And as I'm watching it, I was thinking to myself, like, why the fuck don't I watch this at least once or twice a year? That movie's fantastic. It's so good. It's so freaking good. It's crazy that I don't watch it more often. I'm upset with myself that I haven't watched it a lot. You didn't like it? Well, that's because you're dumb. I'm sorry, James. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. That was a little too mean. Anyway, so we're gonna do an unboxing here. Is there a way I can like ominously shine that into the camera? I don't think there is. I don't think there's a way. Jesus, this is very loud. Needs to be subtle background noise, not front and center bullshit. It's good. Yeah, it's just too uncomfortable for me. Nah, you're kind of a never mind. You know what? It's fine. You like what you like. Sometimes, you know, things are a little bit too graphic, and that movie for sure is pretty graphic. But yeah, anyway, and I know what you're thinking by the looks of the box, and no, I didn't already open this and then tape it just so I could like present it as an unboxing for this stream. I didn't do that. This tape looked like that the whole time. It was on here just like this when it came here. Get off my ass. Anyway, so this is relevant, by the way. This is relevant to the tier list. And I'm very excited about it because something that I've wanted for a while. This is something I've been meaning to get my hands on, and it just went on sale not that long ago. So, it is the Friday the 13th Collector's Box, Collector's Deluxe Edition. It's got 4K, what's it called? 4K scans of the original first couple movies, and like 2K scans of some of the movies, and like they're all at least Blu-ray quality, which is 1080p for those of you who don't know. So yeah, I've been meaning to get my hands on this ever since I heard about it, and I'm very, very excited that I finally have it. It's all the Friday the 13th, Blu-ray and some 4K. That's so cool to me. This is awesome. This is definitely one of my most prized collector's items for my horror movie fetish. There's nothing else. There's no getting around it. That it is a fetish. It's a fetish at this point. Not even a hobby. It's not what's the word? Fandom? I don't know. It's none of those things. It's a fetish. Anyway, what have you guys been saying? Is he threatening me with a knife because I didn't like 7? I am now. And box cutter. Yeah, maybe this could be a pretty good slicing and dicing kind of weapon. Sure. Is there a horror movie with that? The box cutter is the main weapon? That'd be cool. Anyway, Ilya James Curley writing a script, like to film it. If I'm done writing, you like to read it. I would like to read it. Oh, it's another erotic fan fiction about Nick again. Well, it was in the box. My Friday the 13th thing. That's what your guess was. Crazy. I won't send it. Oh, me likey. You likey the collector's edition? Yes, me too, dude. It's normally like it's like $150 or like 100. It's like 150, 170 or something like that. Like normal price. Like I said, I got it on sale. It was on sale when I saw it, so it's like I jumped on it because I've been having my eye on this for a very long time. So I'm very happy to finally own it. Obviously, Friday the 13th is pertinent because it's actually on this list, so I'll be ranking this entire box essentially here in this video. That's so cool though. Yeah, so again, I won't. There's not going to be a stream next Thursday. I will, however, I'm just bringing it back around to what I had originally talked about. I will have like a video coming out tomorrow or Saturday, either like late tomorrow or early Saturday. I'll have a video out with like the second channel announcement along with some other channel updates and such. So go ahead and you probably want to look out for that, because there's going to be some important information in that if you actually give a shit about this channel and the content on it. So yeah, I apologize for taking so long to finally get to the meat of the video, which is the tier list, but I'm gonna take more time because I have some other stuff to say, mostly just like disclaimers about this tier list, because I know how shitty people can be about their own opinions and other people's opinions on the internet. So just like kind of a disclaimer here, even though this is like a tier list of all these movies and stuff, all these franchises, like that's the thing, it's not individual movies, it's the overall franchise, which is kind of hard to judge because a lot of movies on here are like of various qualities as they go through their sequels and remakes and stuff like that. And on top of that, like, my taste in movies is strange because I'm one of those people who really likes well-made, good, like cinematic, well-made movies. I love that kind of stuff, so I'm like a cinema snob, if you will, but I also love garbage fire trash movies. I love horribly made, horribly acted movies. They entertain me to no end. So this could be a very strange list at the end of the day. Like, I might put some god-awful franchises in like A tier. I don't think I'd put any of them in S, because there's no way I could deserve it, but they would deserve it. But I might put some trash up in A tier just because of how much enjoyment I get out of it. So that will be kind of my way of ranking these things. It is mostly based on the entertainment value of them, whether it's entertaining because it's just good filmmaking, or if it's entertaining because it's supremely poor filmmaking. That's just how it is. So just cut me some slack, you know. And these are just my opinions as well. They're subject to change over the years. Like I've there's some franchises on this list that I have watched again after, like there's some stuff that I've hated before and then watched like more recently, like within the last year, where I'm like, why did I hate this? This is great. That happens all the time. Opinions change sometimes, you know, it happens. So, you know, nothing that I do here is set in stone. This is just like, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun discussing some movies. Well, let's have fun civil discussions about why these movies are, or why these franchises rather are good and or terrible, and why they deserve to be in whatever tiers I choose. Yeah, I mean that's really it. That's all the disclaimer I have for all this stuff. Why do I feel like this is aimed at me? Charlie, I don't know, because you like horror movies and we both really like horror movies. We're both horror movie fanatics, and we probably have contradicting opinions about some of the more popular franchises. I bet we do. I bet there's going to be something in this tier list where you're going to be like, no way, don't put that there. I can see it. I can already tell. Could be me. He knows I hate him. You hate me? Or you hate Charlie? Which one of us do you hate? I guess I don't give a shit. It doesn't really matter to me. Anyway. So, me? Oh, okay. You hate me? I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. That's pretty shocking to me. How do I ban people again? It has nothing to do with what was just said. I'd like to know, because I don't remember how to do that. Okay. I don't think I can, I'll figure it out later. Right now, I got some movies to rank. Let me do that just a little bit. There we go. All right. So I had to do this. No, I don't like that. Here. I want me, just like in this section. So I cut it down. It might look a little weird for like face cam in this. It's weird. I don't know. He hates me, Nick. He's just too friendly to say it. What a dick. I mean, Charlie, you and I can shit on him though. Like we can kind of gang up on him. He can't hate both of us at the same time. It's not possible. Anyway, I don't got any more to say. There's a ton. Look at this. Look at this gigantic fucking list of horror movie franchises that I have to rate. I have stuff to say about a lot of these. So this might be a long stream. This might be a pretty long one. But first and definitely not least is The Exorcist. I have seen all of the Exorcist movies at least once. I barely paid attention to the last two, which I believe was like Dominion, and then it's like sister movie that was basically so the story goes like the last two Exorcist films, Dominion and the other one. If you just look up Dominion, you'll be able to find out what the other one is. I don't want to do that, but those two movies like shared a script, but there was like there's only a few changes made to one of them, and they filmed both movies and released them as like different movies, but they were based on like the same script or something like that. So they were basically the exact same movie with like subtle changes made. So it was like really dumb. They were both like critically panned and really awful, and I hardly paid attention to either of them. I was so bored. The second one is a notoriously horrible film. I absolutely love the third Exorcist movie. It is my favorite of the franchise. I know that might be controversial because like the first one is like a cultural icon or whatever the hell, but I prefer the third one. I like police procedurals, and the third one is a police procedural that I think is well done. And yeah, so that for the two movies that were actually good in this franchise, there are three, I believe only three terrible ones. I think I'm gonna have to go B for The Exorcist overall. Did I say I don't know if I said this, but there's some franchises here that I've only seen like one or two out of like 4 movies or whatever. I am going to rank them based on only the movies that I have seen. So I see like Critters down here. That one I've only seen the first 2 movies of, and I know there's like 4 or 5 of those. I haven't seen all of them, but I'm going to still rank it based on the first 2, but we'll do that when we get to it. I'm going to say The Exorcist overall is a B, because I really do love that third movie. The first movie is also pretty damn good. The last 2 were boring as shit, and the second one was not really even entertainingly bad, so it was whatever. It's just blah. I think B. I think B is a good place. The Thing. So there's only 2 movies in The Thing. There's the original John Carpenter's The Thing, which, by the way, guess what? Is the next recap. That's right. It's a very good... I'm working on it right now, so get excited for that. It's a very good script. It's very fun. It's going to be a fun video. I can already see it. Well, that was an awkward time for my phone to die, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be for me to say, JK. And no, I think Charlie is great. I do too. I rated it to be B as well. Good start here. Okay, we match up. So, back to The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing is a lot of horror fans' favorite movie, and I know why. I just did a recap on it. I had to write a whole script about that shit. Where the fuck is Scooby-Doo's Monsters Unleashed? I don't know if is Scooby-Doo on here? Scooby-Doo might be on here. There's so many franchises here. Anyway, The Thing. The first Thing movie, masterpiece. Wow, beautiful. It's one of the best horror movies ever made. It really, really is. It's so good in so many different ways. And then there's the 2011 requel, that was critically panned. I've seen that movie once, and I don't remember it whatsoever. I think I might have to put the Thing franchise in A, simply because the first movie is just so goddamn good. It is genuinely one of the best horror movies ever made. So that, if it was just that movie, if we were ranking just individual movies, The Thing would absolutely go in S tier. But since this is franchises, and they have a 2011 remake with terrible CG. I know it was like infamous for that. As much as I don't remember that movie, I know that it's critically panned, and I don't remember a damn thing from it, so that should tell you something. So it kind of drags it down. It drags the whole franchise down, that is. Silent Night, Deadly Night. I've only seen the first, second, and the remake, and there is 5 movies total in the original franchise. So again, I'm just gonna have to base this off of the first 2. I think first 2 in the remake. I think Silent Night, Deadly Night's got to go in C. We got A, B, and C here. Just based off of those first 2 movies. If I've seen 3, 4, and 5, maybe that would be different, and I'll probably will sometime. But I think overall C. The first one, it's a classic. It's one of the first, I believe, like Christmas themed horror movies, which features a psychotic man dressed as Santa going around killing people he deems naughty. Which, like, that's a lot of fun. That's awesome. And the remake was actually pretty good too, in a like shitty slasher sort of sense, you know. I shall be lurking, my friend. I have to make dinner. Well, I hope you enjoy your dinner. What are you having? If you're still lurking and you remember me asking you this question when you get back, what are you having? I want to know. Scooby-Doo Monsters Unleashed used to terrify me. I loved those movies as a kid. I don't know if it's on here, but if that's on here, I can tell you right now, those movies are going straight to A. Straight to A, because I mean, it's still Scooby-Doo. Like, come on. The remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night is pretty good though. Resident Evil. Okay, so maybe I should justify this. Like, there's no way Silent Night, Deadly. I might even put that in D. Like, putting that right below Exorcist, it might be a little too much of a compliment, honestly. God, but just looking at it as a franchise, I like Silent Night. It's not scary, but it's different, and you get what you get. Yeah, right. It's fine. I like it. I like it. There's no. I don't think I could put it in D, because that's where we start getting to, like, these are not fun, entertaining in any way. But that's simply not true. Like, the original and the remakes are like a lot of fun for just mindless, stupid, bloody slashers. And that's always a welcome thing for me, no matter how good or bad the filmmaking is. Resident Evil. I have literally just been going through the Resident Evil franchise, the film franchise. The only one I'm still not have seen is the last one. In, like, the original one, I Welcome to Raccoon City I haven't seen that one yet. But I really kind of want it to. I really want to, but Resident Evil, so far, I think I'm going to have to put Resident Evil in C as well as a franchise, because, I mean, they're not very good. The first one, I really do like the first one a lot, and just like all the rest of them, I literally have been watching this series for the past, like, month. I watched the first one again for the first time in years, like, less than a month ago, and I've been watching them pretty consistently over the last couple of weeks. That's very recent, and I don't remember a lot that happened. I don't remember a lot. I'd be hard-pressed to tell you anything about, like, any of them except for maybe the first one. They're not great. I know, like, I know I for sure paid attention quite a bit to, like, all the stupid action scenes, because those are ridiculous, over the top fun. But, like, other than Alice kicking some dogs in the face, there's really not much to this franchise, but the dogs are pretty cool. The Fly is next. I have seen the original 1958 Fly, and I actually like that. Like, I know it's a really old movie, but it's really cheesy, but I really enjoyed it because it is very, like, mysterious kind of thing. I think they did a pretty good job, especially for, like, a 50s movie. Like, that's crazy, a 50s movie. That was actually pretty good. And I have seen the Cronenberg remake with Jeff Goldblum, and that movie is disgusting. The practical effects in that movie are fantastic. But I do know there's like 2 more movies. There's definitely a Fly 2, and I'm pretty sure there's like a Fly the Beginning or some shit like that I have not seen. But I have seen the original 1958 one, and I've seen the, was it 87 or something like that, remake with Jeff Goldblum, and both of those movies are very good. I think I'm gonna have to put The Fly in A, just because of the ones that I've seen. I guarantee the second one, The Fly 2, and whatever the third one is from the like remake series, I'm sure those ones suck. They're probably awful, and they would probably bring this whole franchise down to like a C, but I haven't seen them. I haven't seen those movies, so again, based on the ones that I have seen, they're A tier for sure. Welcome to Raccoon City is good film. I would rate it, the new film, 3.2 out of 5. It's got stuff you remember playing the games, but the characters are different. Can't explain without spoiling. Okay, well, I appreciate the non-spoilers. Thank you. I've been meaning to check it out. I'm kind of excited to check it out too. Hell yeah. Candyman. Hey. Hi. Hell yeah. This is the remake. This is the Jordan Peele one. I really like the Jordan Peele one. It's very good. It's very, very good. The original Candyman also is very, very good. I have seen all of the movies in the Candyman series. I have seen all of those. 2 was fine. 2 was, from what I remember, was absolutely fine. The original was really good. The remake was also really good. Requel is also really good. I don't really remember a lot from the third one. I really can't tell you what happens in the third one, but I know I have seen it. I think Candyman overall will probably go in the B tier, though. Hear me out. As much as I praise the remake, as much as I praise the original, and even like the second one, like it's more a case of like I can appreciate the subtlety of all the themes and stuff. Those are like really well done. I don't find them all that scary though. I don't find the like, they're not super like, I don't know. They're not like super engaging to me. As much as I appreciate a lot of the subtlety and the symbolism of a lot of the stuff in those movies. I don't know. I'm feeling B for Candyman as a franchise overall. Camp Blood, I've never seen, don't know it. The Howling. The Howling. I've seen the first Howling. Don't remember it. I'm gonna say don't know, don't remember. Just because I've only seen the first one, and there's like 8 movies in that franchise, by the way. There's like 8. I know I looked it up, but excuse me. I'm gonna say don't know, don't remember. Just because, yeah, it would be unfair of me to rank that one. Candyman is a great movie. It's more original as well as shaping the whole Bloody Mary idea. Yeah, it's like kind of brought the whole Bloody Mary sort of theme into the public eye, I guess. I don't know. I feel like there wasn't a ton of people playing Bloody Mary till Candyman came out. Now we got a fun one. The Human Centipede. Wow. The first Human Centipede, hear me out, is underrated, I think. It's not good. It's not good. Don't get me wrong. It's not good, but I feel like it gets a little more hate than it should. I feel like the just based on the first one alone, C tier. C tier. But this isn't based on just the first one alone now, is it? Because I have seen the second movie. And because I've seen the second movie, I refuse to see the third movie. I despise the second Human Centipede. I think it's one of the worst movies ever made. It is fucking awful. It is awful, that second Human Centipede movie. I will not watch the third one. I refuse. I straight out refuse to watch the third one. I never will watch it, unless it's like for maybe a bad movie. Never mind. Human Centipede, F to the F. Feels like too much S&M, but real pain in the arse. No pun intended. Bullshit, no pun intended. You did that on purpose. No way. No, I don't believe you when you say no pun intended. I have to go E. I'm gonna go E because that, like, as a franchise as a whole, that third one, like I said, it would probably be in C if it was just based on the first movie, but that second one is so terrible. It's so ungodly bad. I can't in good conscience put it anywhere close to, like, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Anyway, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Never seen it. Don't know it. The Boogie Man, which is actually how I say I say it, Boogie Man. I know that's not how you say it. It's fun to me. Let me have my fun. Fuck off. I don't know why I'm getting so angry about that. But the Boogie Man, it's a good franchise. It's a good B-movie franchise. I love the fact that every sequel, there's 3 movies in this franchise, and each of them retcon the last, and I think it's hilarious. It's so funny. To me, I like the second one the best. The second one is the best movie in the Boogie Man series. But I absolutely love... So I am going to spoil a bit of the Boogie Man franchise here. I still recommend you see them because they are a lot of fun. It's like even like a triple feature. If you got like a movie night where you want to watch 3 movies in a row, do the Boogie Man series. Do the whole Boogie Man series. They're a lot of fun. But like I just love like it's literally like retcon the franchise, because in the first movie the Boogie Man ends up being like a paranormal entity. It ends up being like real, but like the whole thing about the movie is like the person who's seeing the Boogie Man is like it's questionable whether or not he's just psychotic and just seeing things. But like in the end, it turns out that the Boogie Man was real, hiding in the closet the whole time, and like was actually really a supernatural being. In the second movie, they retcon that, and the entire movie is just a slasher. Is the Boogie Man doing this? Is it just some crazed lunatic? It's just some crazed lunatic. It's just a crazy person killing people, and that's all there is to it. And they retcon the first movie, taking away like what you see at the end of the first movie is like the main character basically proving that the boogeyman actually exists and is real. And then in the second movie, they find like a newspaper clipping of the main character from the first one who's like been admitted to a psychiatric facility for going crazy because he keeps talking about the boogeyman is real. So they like, the boogeyman's not real. It's not. This newspaper clipping says so. And then in the third one, they retcon the second one and make him an entity, a supernatural entity, much like Bloody Mary again. And it's so funny. It's so goddamn funny. I love it. The third one is probably the third one is a good bad movie. If you want a good bad movie, Boogeyman 3 is one that I would absolutely recommend. The second one's actually like decent in like a decent film set sort of way, kind of. B tier. B tier. Yes, I'm putting Boogie Man with the Exorcist and Candyman. Because I personally love them. I love that series. I look fondly on them, just like I look fondly on the Candyman and the Exorcist, for different reasons, of course, but still. Friday the 13th. Yeah, Friday the 13th. A tier. They're not S. No. I've watched all of the Friday the 13th movies within the last year. As a franchise, as a whole, A. There's no way it goes in S. Not a chance. Not a damn chance. Don't even try. I know where the Friday the 13th is going. Oh, well. Oh, I was right, sort of. Where did you think I was going to put it? Was it going to be S? Because I ranted and raved about owning the collection. Uh, no, it goes in A. I cannot, in good conscience, put it in S. The first three are nothing movies. They have like good moments, but like a few moments isn't enough to carry whole films. And all three of the first three Friday the 13th movies have like nothing to offer. Like nothing. Between A or S, I was kind of torn, to be honest. Yeah. I think the fourth one's pretty good. The fifth one's also pretty good, like as just stupid, mindless slasher movies. The sixth is one of my favorites in this series. I'm gonna get some shit for this, but Jason X is also one of my favorites, just because it's so fucking dumb. It's so stupid. Jason X is so stupid. I love it. It's one of my favorite in the franchise. I love that movie for how stupid it is, and how stupid and how bad. It sucks, it's not good, and I love it. It's wonderful. I'm not going to say anything about Jason X because it is so stupid. Well, we agree. But I love it because it's stupid. That's the whole reason why I love it, is because it's so goddamn dumb. Yeah. And then I also really like the remake. Like, I don't think the remake usually gets a lot of shit, but I like that one. That one's also like towards the top. I don't know if I could rank them. Maybe that'll be another stream at some other point, but I don't think I can really rank these movies without like thinking about it for a really long time. I know that like 6, Jason X, and the remake are probably like the highest. Those are probably the top 3. I don't know in which order, but those are probably my top 3. Probably. I don't really know. I actually like the remake too. I think it's one of the best if I had to rank them myself. See? Okay, we agree. Yeah, I think those would be my top 3. I think, without doing much research or thinking about it too much, I'm pretty sure those would be my top 3 is 6X and the remake. Lake Placid, the Gator movie, right? The big gators. I actually used a clip from the first Lake Placid in my Jeepers Creepers 2 video. See if you can catch it. Go find it. Go find and watch my Jeepers Creepers 2 recap video. There's a Lake Placid clip in there, and it's very funny. I've only seen the first one. I kind of like the first one as like a bad B movie. I know there's like 4 or 5 movies in this. I did say that I would base the franchises on the ones that I've seen if I've only seen like a couple, but I think I, in good conscience, have to go don't know, don't remember. Just because like seeing 1 out of 4 or 5 even is probably really unfair. Open Water, I've not seen any of those movies. I know of them. I don't really give a shit about shark movies though. I don't know, I'm one of those weirdos who doesn't give a shit about sharks. I respect them. I'm afraid of them. I like Jaws. That's franchise enough, which is bound to come up here in a little bit. But I don't really care to watch a ton of shark movies. Scanners is one that I've never seen, but it's on my list. Scanners is absolutely on my list. I'm pretty sure that's another David Cronenberg, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that whole franchise at some point in my life. It's absolutely on my list. I never watched Lake Placid. I'll review, and decide if I want to watch it afterwards. Oh, never mind. Forget that comment. Okay, gotcha, because I don't, yeah. The first one was fine. Actually, I remember I put on the second one, but I shut it off like 20 minutes in because I was like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know. It might have been better if I gave it like a chance, but I didn't feel like watching it. The Evil Dead franchise. Okay. So I just recently watched all of these movies as well. Brick. I don't know. I don't know where I put the Evil Dead. I'm just thinking about how much I enjoyed the experience of watching these movies. I think I'm gonna go A. I think I'm mostly debating on S or A tier, just because like there's such a consistent quality to them. They are a lot of fun in their own rights, but there's a lot of issues with them, which arguably adds to the fun and enjoyment, and my enjoyment personally, of these movies. I don't think I can put it in S because, not because of like the technical issues, because of like the acting or anything like that. There's nothing technical that I'm really judging this series off of for the most part. It's just I would say they're so different, at least between like the first two and Army of Darkness, because I have to include Army of Darkness in this thing. Oh man, maybe I do put it in S, because Army of Darkness is a lot of fun too. It's nothing. Man, in the remake, of course, the remake was also really good, but the remake was really good in a completely different way than the original series, than the first three were. I've never seen Ash versus the Evil Dead, by the way. I've never watched that show. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I think I might have to put Evil Dead in S. As I'm sitting here talking about it, I'm like, that seems like an S tier movie franchise, just because, like I said, there's a consistent quality to them, but none of them are really the same. The first one is like a straightforward horror movie. The second one is damn near a parody of the first movie, and that's a lot of fun. And then Army of Darkness is a completely different thing. It's a completely different movie than the first two. For one thing, it's PG-13. For another thing, it's set in the Middle Ages? What? That's crazy. And then the remake is just pretty good. This is pretty good. I think I might have to put it in S. I think this is our first S. I'm torn. It's like an A plus. I don't know if I would put it. It's like an A plus S, but I think it rightfully belongs in S. All right, we're moving on. I love the Evil Dead movies. It's bizarre. The effects were brilliant for its time. Plus, I really love the remake with how different it is. Same here. I would have rated it S2. I have such a huge love for it, as well as Sam Raimi's mind. I also love Sam Raimi. If you haven't seen the first Darkman, I highly recommend that movie, which I think is actually on this list. I'm pretty sure Darkman is on this list. Anyway, we'll do that when I get to it. Terratoons, never seen it, don't know what it is. Scary Movie, I have not seen all of them. I think there's 5 in that franchise, right? And I haven't seen the 5th one. I've seen the first 4. C tier. I think that's a good spot, because like as not very good as those movies are, they're so quotable. They are it's one of those franchises where it's just like it is so like nostalgic to me, like a lot of the humor in there. Like I recently watched the first one again for like the Scream recaps that I did. I rewatched the first Scary Movie, and like it wasn't as funny as I remember, but there were plenty of good parts in it. I think C is where it goes, like as an overall franchise. Like for as bad as those movies are and stupid, they make me laugh. There's some parts that actually make me laugh. There's some gems in there. I'd give it a C. It's more spoof than anything. I wouldn't consider it a horror. Sure. Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. Wishmaster, which is about a djinn. I believe. I've only seen the first one. The first one was all right, but there's like 4 movies in that one as well. I'm gonna have to go with Don't Know. I just don't think it'd be fair of me to judge it based on only the first one when there's so many in that franchise. The Lost Boys. I have seen all of these movies. It's been a long time since I've seen the sequels. I watched the first one again not too long ago, and it was pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to put Lost Boys in C as well, based on the first one being pretty good. Not my favorite, but pretty good. Like I'd definitely watch the first one again. Easily. I'd easily watch the first one again. But the two sequels that they have, they're like blah. They're like meh, nothing movies. Like again, probably with like a couple of good parts in them, but not really much. Ginger Snaps, I've only seen the first movie out of like, I don't even know, 3, 4. So I'm gonna have to go don't know, don't remember. Feast, don't know. I've never seen the Feast movies. No idea what those are. I Spit on Your Grave. Ooh, this is a difficult one because I don't even know how many movies there are. I know there's at least 5. I can't. Yeah, I know I've seen like almost all of the I Spit on Your Graves because I went through a phase where I just really loved watching super bloody, super fucked up and crazy horror movies. Just like I Spit on Your Grave, those movies are graphic as all shit. They're so graphic, and I went through a phase where I really loved that shit. Now the phase that I'm in right now is just all horror movies. So I'm gonna have to go with I don't know, don't remember, even though I've seen like at least 2 or 3 of them. Don't remember them. Phantasm, huh? And this is one. They're such B movies. They're not really up my alley for like horror movies that I would watch. I have seen the entire franchise. I've seen all of them, all 5. But I don't know. They're just they never really connected with me. I think I'm gonna have to put Phantasm in D overall. There's no way I can put them in line with the Human Centipede. But like they never really clicked with me all that much. Just because like I don't know. Like I'm not super against weird, like, surrealist horror or whatever, or like sci-fi or whatever. I guess they are a lot of mostly sci-fi or whatever. But yeah, just like when it comes to all 5, I don't really remember them. There's like some parts like when the sphere blade thing goes into that dude's head and like sucks his brain juice out. That's kind of cool, I guess. There's some cool imagery in it, but I don't know. It's just not a franchise that I really connect with. All right, so next we got sorry about I don't know where the Nightmare on Elm Street. B. I think B. I'm thinking B for Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm thinking B. I'm thinking B. Yeah. Oh yeah. Why am I getting a feeling you decided to wear it for that reason? I don't know. What the hell you're talking about? Like I plan ahead for any of this stuff. This is a stream. It's live. I don't have anything set up. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Everything you see is just kind of happens. But yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street, I would say B because most of those movies are stinkers, and they're not fun, good, bad. I know I might be in the minority about this, but I can't stand cartoonish Freddy. I can't stand him. Like he's kind of scary, but in the first one, he's pretty. I'll change that statement. He was pretty scary in the first one. He was a little scarier in the second one, and in the third one, is when he started to transform into cartoon Freddy. So like the third one was good. I like the third one enough, but that's when you can start seeing him change. And by the fourth one, he's just gone. It's like he's a cartoon character. He's not even scary at that point. Like it's hard to be afraid of a man who like makes these stupid unfunny jokes all the time. They're not funny. I don't like it's goofy. It's not good. I guess when it comes to the remake, I know it, everybody like hates on that remake. I think that's another movie that gets more hate than it deserves. Again, I'm not saying it's good. I don't think the remake is all that great. It's really not. But it's not as bad as people think it is. I've seen it multiple times, and every time I go in with the idea, like, I'm supposed to hate this, right? This is supposed to be terrible and bad and like an abomination to the horror genre as a whole. Like, I go into it with that mindset, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and I just never get that. I never get that every single time I've watched the remake. I'm like, it's a horror movie. Like, it's a straight up horror movie. It's not as good as the first one. No way. Like I said, it's not great, but it's a horror movie. It's got some really good sequences. In Freddy in that movie, he's not the same Freddy, but at least he's not cartoonish Freddy. I prefer the remake Freddy over cartoonish Freddy any day, because at least the remake Freddy was a scary, bad motherfucker. That dude was horrifying. In a horror movie, imagine that. A scary villain in a horror movie. A guy that gives you the heebie-jeebies in a horror movie as the antagonist. Wow, what a fucking crime. Jesus Christ. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm getting heated about this. It's just, it doesn't deserve the hate that it gets. It really, really doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I should watch it again, and I'll reconsider that. But like, I've already done that like 3 times. I would go for B as well. There are movies that are superior, but a lot of them are eh. Yes, agreed. I never liked the remake. It's just something I've seen before, which I hated, but I found the remake Freddy was brilliant and more twisted than the original. Correct. Yeah, exactly. And that's he really is like the standout thing in that movie is his performance, and a lot of people hate it because he's not like goofy wisecracking Freddy, even though he kind of is. He is wisecracking. There's a line that I always remember because it's so like, oh god, he's joking right now. Where there's like I think Nancy says like fuck you to him. He's like making comments or whatever. He's like doing the glove thing, and she's like fuck you, and he goes, oh, that sounds like fun. And I'm just like, ugh, ooh. Ew, God. But he does it in that, like, gravelly, like, that sounds fun. And it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, you disgusting, horrible creature, you. Like, it's scary. It's scary shit. It's fucked up. And like that, I'm like, wow, he's scary. Crazy. That a scary guy. Whatever. I gotta stop talking about this. I'm already digging myself into a hole here with somewhat defending the remake, but yeah, no, I think it's fine. It's a fine horror movie. Alien, the Alien franchise. I think I am all A or B. It's A or B. I don't know which. First one is also great. The second one is also great. The third one, getting a little bit lower on the tier list of Alien movies. The fourth one, there like a, I don't even remember. I'm gonna go B. I don't even finish any of my thoughts, and I just put it in B. Which one is the one where it had like the alien human baby hybrid thing that gets sucked out the window? Was that 3 or 4? I don't remember. And the fact that I don't remember is probably speaking to how, like, not very great the third and fourth movies were. I assume I have to put in Prometheus and Alien Covenant, which I like both of those movies. I think I would prefer to rewatch Alien or Aliens over Prometheus and Alien Covenant, but those movies are fine in their own rights. I think B is a good place for the Alien franchise as a whole. So again, just like those third and fourth movies kind of bring it down. I'm debating on A. I'm still debating on A. I'm gonna leave it at B. I'm gonna leave it, but I put Exorcist here. And 3 out of those 5 movies are bad. I'm gonna put it in A. I have to. Yeah, there's no, yeah. As I'm sitting here thinking about it, there's no way I can put Alien on the same level as Candyman or The Exorcist, or the Boogie Man for that matter. Yeah, no. A is where it goes. A is where I feel good about it. Haven't seen any of the Blob movies that go there. I have seen all of the Omen movies, but that was when I was like 13 or 14. I watched all of them in a row. I have the remake on DVD, but that's just because my mom was getting rid of a bunch of DVDs and said I could have my pick of them, and I saw the Omen in there and I took it. So that's why I have the Omen remake instead of the other ones. I'm gonna say don't know, don't remember. I can't fairly judge those ones. Okay, Critters. Critters is one that I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna real quick take a hydrate break. Alright. This is a franchise where I've only seen the first 2 movies. I know there's like 4 or 5 in the franchise. And those first 2 movies are great. B. Those first 2 movies are great. I love the first 2 Critters movies. Maybe the third and fourth ones are absolutely garbage, and I would hate them. That would probably bring it down to like a C or a D. But those first 2 are so enjoyable to me. They're so much fun. And they actually got me to jump scare me, which doesn't really happen when I watch movies. It happens all the time when I play horror games, but a lot of times when I'm watching movies, it's pretty hard to jump scare me. And I remember specifically there's a part where the mom or the family, I think, makes it out to the car to try to drive somewhere, and then one of the critters is like in the passenger seat, and like they open the door and the critter's like "Mah," or whatever the hell they make, the sound they make, and it scared me. Like I actually went like audibly made a noise and like jumped and stuff, which is very hard to do. I just wasn't expecting it, and it was a funny, good jump scare, and those movies are a lot of fun. The first 2 are, at least, so they go in B. The Hitcher. There's 2 movies and then a remake. 2 70s movies and a remake. This might be nostalgia, but C. I haven't seen those movies in a while, but I remember really liking them. All 3, the first 2 originals and the remake. I'm going to leave it at C. That feels right. That feels good to me. Cloverfield. First one was great. Second one, 10 Cloverfield Lane, was also great. The third one, Cloverfield Paradox, is not as great. B overall. I'd say B overall. I really do like that first one. I'm a sucker for found footage horror. I don't know if I have ever talked about this, but yeah, found footage horror is like one of the main genres that got me into the horror genre as a whole. I watched a fuck ton of found footage horror movies when I was a kid. I loved that genre so much. So the fact that the first Cloverfield is a pretty good found footage horror movie, it kind of sits in a special place in my heart. As I was saying that, by the way, some info about The Exorcist that a lot of people probably don't know is there's actually, I guess, technically kind of 6. I said 5 before, but there's 6 in there. There is a movie called The Ninth Configuration. The Ninth. It's on Shudder. I watched it on Shudder, and I loved it. That movie is so freaking good. I have to find it. I have to find it. Please. Hurry. Is it the ninth configuration? I swear to God, that's what it's called. Oh my God. How long ago did I watch this shit? There's no way. I'm looking at my like watch list, previously viewed shit, but it's not there. I'm pretty sure I'm like damn near positive it's called the ninth configuration. Very good movie. It's so good. I went into it not knowing what it was, thinking that it was probably going to be like a shit movie, but it's like a spiritual sequel to The Exorcist. It doesn't continue the storyline, but it is in the universe of The Exorcist. One of the main characters in The Exorcist was confirmed to be somebody from the first Exorcist movie. There's a part in the first Exorcist movie where Reagan goes up to a man and goes, "You're gonna die up there." And they're like, "What the fuck? What are you talking about?" That man that she said that to was an astronaut, and he was set to go up in space like soon, and "you're gonna die up there" really means something in that kind of context. And the fact of the matter was, like, he, because of that, didn't go into space. He canceled it because it scared him so much, and like that shuttle ended up like blowing up or something, and it was like, she was right, he would have died. And he was administered to a psychiatric hospital, and that's where the ninth configuration takes place, is in that psychiatric hospital. It's a very good movie. It's very funny. It's so goddamn funny. It's also very like dramatic, intense. It's a mystery, thriller, comedy. I would put it in that order, but there's plenty of parts in that movie that made me laugh out loud, in like kind of like really fucked up way. So I highly recommend the ninth configuration. So good, and it's in the Exorcist franchise, in the universe. So if you really like The Exorcist, check it out. Children of the Corn, don't know, don't remember. Haven't seen enough of those, and I know there's like nine. There's like nine goddamn motherfuckers in that bitch. I think I've only seen like one, maybe. It's not a franchise that I have a ton of interest in seeing. I don't know. I don't really care. Creep Show. I have seen all of the Creep Shows, and there's this wonderful anthology series on Shudder that is a TV show of Creep Show, and each episode has like 2 different stories or something like that, and it's really good. It's really, really good. So counting that in there, I'm gonna say A for Creep Show. I really like the Creep Show movies. I like the anthology. There's some anthology movies are another type of horror movie that I really like. I do like almost every horror anthology that I've seen, just because like even if there's like 1 or 2 stinkers in any movie, for the most part, like they're gonna make up for it with like 1 or 2 really good segments, and that's in like damn near every anthology movie that I've ever seen. I'm gonna put Creepshow in A, because as a franchise, if I were to like I'd be super hard pressed to rank all of the segments throughout the Creepshow thing, because like a lot of them are very good quality horror shorts. So I think A is pretty good for Creepshow. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Oh my god. The first one is iconic. It was alright. The second one, less iconic. A little bit less alright. The third one was dumb as shit. And not in a very fun way. More in an infuriating way. C. I think C overall, as much as I think the first one's pretty dang good. The second one's just not is good, but not as good. It's just downhill from there. There we go. Oh God, there's a series. There's a I Know What You Did Last Summer series on Amazon, and I have seen it, and it wasn't great. It wasn't very good. I would probably give it a thumbs down. Thumbs like maybe like this, where it's closer to down, but kind of like meh, but closer to down. It wasn't very scary. It was more of a drama, which is annoying for like a slasher franchise. At least like the Scream show was like a slasher show. I Know What You Did Last Summer just felt like more like a teen drama, and it was dumb, and the ending was stupid and lackluster, and I hated all of it. I don't know what the Brotherhood is. It's going in. I don't know. Anyway, ABCs of Death is another franchise that is on my list. It's an anthology franchise. I just talked about how much I like anthologies. That is absolutely on my list. I do plan on seeing those soon as I can, but I haven't, so whatever. Hostel, the movies that really solidified the whole torture porn craze. I like fucked up shit. I am a sucker for good practical effects. Good, lots of blood, lots of gore. I love that shit. So I don't mind torture porn films. Because it's really, it's not as much torture porn to me as it is special practical effects porn. Because well done practical effects, there's some good shit. That's some, when I see good practical effects, I think, I know that's good shit. That's good shit. In Hostel's got some of that, oof. Got some of that, you know what I mean? The, ooh, man, that look away, kind of shit. C. Goes in C, overall. Practical effects can only take you so far. Story's fine, I guess. It makes sense, but meh. Blade. I remember really loving those movies and watching them all the time when I was a kid. I recently watched the first one, and that was a lot of fun. But I haven't seen the second and third one in a very long time. C. Nah, don't remember. I'll just put it don't remember, just because, again, it's not fair of me to judge the whole franchise based on the first one when there's two more. Snake Rattle Roll, don't know what that is, never heard of it. Night of the Demons is on my watch list, never seen it though. The Amityville Horror. I want to show y'all something when it comes to the Amityville Horror. I gotta show you, just bear with me for like 5 to 10 more seconds. Let me show you what's what here when it comes to the Amityville Horror franchise. I don't know how can you see this. Hold on. Okay, this is the list of Amityville Horror movies. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 movies in this motherfucking franchise. Some of which haven't even come out yet. They've got 1, 2, 3 movies in production. Oh my lord. How awful. How terrible. How despicable. Good God. F. easy first F. Get the fuck out of here, Amityville Horror. What a piece of shit franchise. What an absolutely god awful franchise. The Amityville Horror. You're back? Okay, you left. Amityville Horror. Did you just see what I just showed, Charlie, about the Amityville Horror? Welcome back, but did you just see this shit? F. Fucking F. F standing for fuck this series of piece of shit horror movies. No, but agreed. Yeah, look at, there's, so basically what I was saying is there's literally 34 movies. 34 movies in this, 3 that are currently in production. How are you this? Oh my god. That fact alone is just despicable. You can't do that. You can't fucking do that. And keep the integrity of the films. That wasn't even there to begin with. The first one. And I also have a distaste for the Amityville Horror. God, I'm stuttering now because I'm so mad. I hate this fucking franchise. I hate it. Like, I also, it grinds my gears mostly because of how, like, influential it was for people to like, just add fuel to the satanic panic fire. Because, like, oh, this is based on a true story. No, it's not. No, it's fucking not. It's been proven time and time again that the people that wrote this book are full of shit. The book that the first movie is based on, the book itself, the original material, the thing that the movie was adapted for, was full of shit. You think the movie did any better? No, it added even more bullshit to something that was already bullshit. God, those people, it's so fucking infuriating to me. It's so goddamn bad. Easy F. God, F minus for, I hate it. It pisses me off. Grinds my gears. I didn't know that was an actual saying. Oh, it is. It is now. People like bad movies, even if it's just sickening bad. Yeah, I like bad movies. I like fun bad movies. I don't like bad movies. Bad movies are shit, and they will always earn an F from me. Good bad movies go in like A and B tier for me. But yeah, dude, Amityville Horror as a franchise, F all the way, every single time. If I see anybody ever putting the Amityville Horror franchise any higher than an F, we cannot be friends. I will not allow you to be here. So please vacate the stream and all unsubscribe. Get out of here. We cannot be acquainted in any way, shape, or form. Fuck the Amityville Horror. Cabin Fever again. D as a franchise. The first one, I really like the first one. It's a gross out movie for sure, but again, practical effects, they were really well done in that movie, in that franchise. But the sequels were not good. Like, again, good practical effects can only get you so far. And the first one was fine. Like, the first one overall as a horror movie was good. Like, I would say it's good. Wouldn't say it's great, but it's good. The second and third ones, I don't know if there's a fourth. I know there's a remake, but the remake's like a shot-for-shot remake of the original. So